Sucesso com a mulher. Ela já tá louca, embrasada. Ela que ela desce, travando na roça, joga, sarra, joga, sarra,
Deixa a timidez de lado, puxa amigo e vem dançar. Mostra tudo que cê sabe, o Guga vai analisar.
Deixa a timidez de lado, puxa amigo e vem dançar. Mostra tudo que cê sabe que o Livinho vai te olhar.
Pode sentar. Pode sentar. Pode sentar.
E se tiver muito excitada, pode dançar pelada. Se tiver muito excitada, pode dançar pelada.
Eu tô vidrado em você. Balança a bunda agora, eu quero ver você descer. Balança a bunda agora, eu quero ver você descer. Balança a bunda agora, eu quero ver você descer. Deixa a timidez de lado, puxa amigo e vem dançar. Mostra tudo que cê sabe, o Guga vai analisar.
Deixa a timidez de lado, puxa amigo e vem dançar. Mostra tudo que cê sabe que o Livinho vai te olhar.
Pode sentar. Pode sentar. Pode sentar.
E se tiver muito excitada, pode dançar pelada. Se tiver muito excitada, pode dançar pelada.
Eu tô vidrado em você. Balança a bunda agora, eu quero ver você descer. Balança a bunda agora, eu quero ver você descer. Balança a bunda agora, eu quero ver você descer.
Found an island far away from me, a shipwreck dust at sea, where nobody goes, no search party. Nobody knows but me. Both shared a single rope, trying to stay afloat. The treasure that you blew when I was tied to you, we reeled each other in, got caught up in the wind. Our sails, they pulled too hard, and we fell off our raft. If our own mistakes are too much to take, if it just won't work and we can find a way, maybe our maps go different ways, go different ways. Found an island far away from me, a shipwreck dust at sea, where nobody goes, no search party. Nobody knows but me. Found an island far away from me, a shipwreck dust at sea, where nobody goes, no search party. Nobody knows but me. Found an island, found an island. Slowly you drifted off, putting us on the rocks. No longer want to know where you make plans to go. I built this boat to land, you chose to move too fast. A storm has swept right through and washed away your view. If our own mistakes are too much to take, if it just won't work and we can find a way, maybe our maps go different ways, go different ways. Found an island far away from me, a shipwreck dust at sea, where nobody goes, no search party. Nobody knows but me. Found an island far away from me, a shipwreck dust at sea, where nobody goes, no search party. Nobody knows but me. Found an island, found an island. And if our own mistakes are too much to take, if it just won't work and we can't find a way, maybe our maps go different ways, go different ways. Found an island far away from me, a shipwreck dust at sea, where nobody goes, no search party. Nobody knows but me. Found an island far away from me, a shipwreck dust at sea, where nobody goes, no search party. Nobody knows but me.
Jenny, darling, you're my best friend, but there's a few things that you don't know. Why you borrow your lipstick so often? cannot pretend why I never like your new boyfriends. Forget those amigos. Forget those amigos. Forget those amigos. I wanna ruin our friendship. We should be lovers instead. I don't know how to say this, 'cause you're really my dearest friend. We should be lovers instead. 'Cause you're really my dearest friend. We should be lovers instead. 'Cause you're really my dearest friend.
Sorry, get over here.
Keep up, I'm too fast, I'm too fast. Push my foot up on that pedal, then I'm gone. Keep up on my track, boy, I'm done to keep my numbers going strong. Let's start the war, I love it when it's like that. Go ahead, I get you right back. I love it when you fight back. I'm up, so where your flight at? Get frozen. Like me till I was drunk. Keep up, I'm too fast, I'm too fast. Push my foot up on that pedal, then I'm gone. Keep up on my track, boy, I'm done to keep my numbers going strong. Okay, have 'em looking slay, dripping from the spray like a bidet. Everybody here get busy, everybody here get busy. Give me everything it took from me. Give me everything it took from me. Keep up, I'm too fast, I'm too fast. Push my foot up on that pedal, then I'm gone. Keep up on my track, boy, I'm done to keep my numbers going strong.
What's on my coat? Bitch, I'm a kitchen chiller. Nah, bitch, I ain't a drug dealer. Making money while I sleep, making money while I eat. My stomach so full up. Buy me something every day, buy her something every week. I don't know what's gon' fit her. Either way, they know I'm not cheap. And shit up in this world that's free, but my bank still fill up. Fast, I'm too fast. Push my foot up on that pedal, then I'm gone. Keep up on my track, boy, I'm done to keep my numbers going strong. As mina pira quando os mano Cut your feet, cut your feet, cut your feet.
tapa na xereca.
I get a feeling there's gonna be a riot.
I don't read the newspapers because they all have ugly prints.
At the starting of the week, at Summit Talks, you'll hear them speak. It's only Monday. Negotiations breaking down. See those leaders start to frown. It's sword and gun day. Tomorrow never comes until it's too late. Could be sitting, taking lunch. The news will hit you like a punch. It's only Tuesday.
What time is it?
You never thought we'd go to war after all the things we saw. It's April Fool's Day.
What time is it?
Tomorrow never comes until it's too late. Tomorrow never comes until it's too late.
Tomorrow is another day. Today is another bomb. 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 Escalation, devastation, generation, separation, situation, dissipation, shot. Another shot, the tender vessel crushing, pop the heart is cold, the gun is hot, shot. I'm not sure if they done or not, I'm not sure that they wanna stop, the gun is cold, the blood is hot, shot. The hearts are weak, the guns are not.
Hear a whistling overhead. Are you alive or are you dead? It's only Thursday.
What time is it?
You feel the shaking of the ground. A million candles burn around. Is it your birthday?
What time is it?
Tomorrow never
Get
comes
tomorrow on the phone.
too late.
Trying to reach tomorrow. Get tomorrow on the phone.
Tomorrow never
I
comes
need to see tomorrow. Trying to reach tomorrow.
Think tomorrow's come, I think it's too late.
Another day. Tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow is another day.
Eu com Dodê toma filha da puta. Eu com DJ toma filha da puta. Essa batida tá foda. Vamos todos rir. Toma vá, tudo tá paga. Toma vem, perereca. toma filha da puta. Eu com DJ toma filha da puta. Essa batida tá foda, vamos todos relar. Toma vapo do tapa, toma vapo. Toma vapo no ar.
Esse é o DJ do terrell, réu brabo da putaria.
Senta, 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 senta,
Esse é o DJ do terrell, réu brabo da putaria.
senta, 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 senta,
Vai fazendo macetinho, com a buceta pros amigos. Então vai botando a mão no chão, jogando a chota pro alto. Vai botando a mão no chão, jogando a chota pro alto. E na bunda vai mulher, rebolando pro bandido. Vai fazendo macetinho, com a buceta pros amigos. Então vai botando a mão no chão, jogando a chota
Bate continência com meu mano Jean 011 aí. Esse é o DJ Jean 011, cara. Toma puta safada. Ela fica de toma puta safada. Bate continência com meu mano Jean 011 aí. Esse é o DJ Jean 011, cara. Toma puta safada. Ela fica de toma puta safada.
Представьте на минуточку, что вы HR-директор крупной немецкой фирмы. Знаю, звучит странно, но попробуйте. Вы, как обычно, приходите к себе на работу, наливаете кружку баварского нефильтрованного и открываете свою рабочую почту. Среди рабочих рассылок и рекламы вы видите электронное письмо от потенциального кандидата с прикрепленным резюме. Решив, что лишние руки вам в компании не помешают, вы решаете ознакомиться с содержимым резюме. Правда, когда вы пытаетесь Представьте на минуточку электронное письмо от потенциального кандидата с прикрепленным резюме. Решив, что лишние руки вам в компании не помешают, вы решаете ознакомиться с содержимым резюме. Правда, когда вы пытаетесь его открыть, файл зачем-то запрашивает права администратора, но, наверное, это обновляется программа для чтения документов. В ожидании, когда откроется файл, вы уже начинаете составлять в голове вопросы для интервью и размышляете, что же этот потенциальный сотрудник будет из себя представлять. Примерно вот это почувствовали сотрудники тысяч немецких и не только компаний в марте 2016 года. Именно в этот временной период начал свою беспощадную деятельность вирус, ущерб которого хоть и составлял десятки тысяч долларов, но на тот момент люди даже не подозревали, что это фактически разогрев перед бурей, которая нанесет многомиллиардный ущерб всей мировой экономике. Но как он сумел нанести столько вреда? Как именно он действовал и какие последствия за собой повлек? Меня зовут мистер Укулео, и сегодня я расскажу вам про вирус Петя. По своей сути, Петя — это программа-вымогатель и шифровальщик. Попав на компьютер жертвы и получив права администратора, он, в отличие от других вымогателей, не шифрует файлы на жестком диске пользователя, а вместо этого шифрует таблицу MFT и перезаписывает загрузочную запись MBR. Если говорить простым языком, он переписывает запись жесткого диска так, чтобы при запуске системы пользователь видел не классическую загрузку винты, а сообщение о выкупе. Его основной отличительной чертой является мигающий асций рисунок веселого Роджера. Страшно представить эмоции обычных пользователей, увидев сначала синий экран смерти, а потом это. Особенно учитывая, что сильнее всего были атакованы офисные ПК. Распространялся Петя чаще всего через электронные рассылки, маскируясь под обычные на первый взгляд файлы, например, PDF-документы или самораспаковывающиеся архивы, причем чаще всего под резюме на работу и рассылался в различные компании, в основном немецкие, как вы поняли из моего кринжового вступления. А после заражения вирус требовал отдать чуть меньше 1 биткоина через Darknet. Для расшифровки он предлагал особый набор символов, который требовалось также отправить мамкиным хакерам через Darknet, после чего они, в свою очередь, должны были выслать ключ, введя который данные пользователя расшифровывались. Как именно жертва скачает Tor, зайдет на даркнетовский сайт, конвертирует свои деньги в биткоины и передаст им хакерам, не имея доступ к устройству, злоумышленники тактично умолчали.
А тебя это ебать не должно.
И если в ранних версиях шанс расшифровки данных был, но не гарантировался, то поздние версии зачастую просто не имели такой возможности из-за багов или же намеренно. Кстати, после того, как я для демонстрации работы Петрухи заразил свою виртуалку вирусом, при попытке зайти на Darknet сайт, указанный в сообщении о выкупе, обе версии сайта не открывались. Что неудивительно, сайты-вымогателей редко работают дольше нескольких недель, прежде чем их прикрывают спецслужбы или авторы сами их выключают. Что ж, похоже, файл тайны мироздания так и останется зашифрованным. Однако, к счастью, у Пети был один существенный недостаток. Для того, чтобы провернуть все вышеперечисленное, ему требовались права администратора для доступа к папкам Windows и System32. Ну и думаю, что даже самый слабый и неуверенный пользователь ПК что-то заподозрит, когда права администратора затребуют обычный файл, так что он просто откажет тому в правах, удалит файл и забудет о случившемся, как о страшном сне. Однако спустя пару месяцев мамкины хакеры все же решили эту проблему и выделили Пете напарника по имени Миша. Ну, то есть Мисча, Мища, короче, Михаил. Ну и, кстати говоря, тот факт, что название вируса написано именно так, говорит о том, что, скорее всего, авторы обоих вирусов не являются русскоговорящими людьми и не знакомы с транскрибированием русских имен. Так что русские хакеры в этот раз оказались не при делах. Но мы отвлеклись. Отличается Миша от Пети, во-первых, тем, что его основной цвет не красный, а зеленый, во-вторых, тем, что он уже шифрует именно файлы пользователя, а не весь жесткий диск, и в-третьих, для своих черных дел ему не требуется прав администратора. Он просто шифрует вообще все файлы на устройстве жертвы, при этом игнорируя, собственно, папки, для которых требуются права администратора: Windows, System32 и другие, а также файлы браузеров Chrome, Opera, Firefox и так далее, чтобы пользователь все-таки смог оплатить выкуп. Если проводить аналогию, давайте представим, что ваш жесткий диск — это дом, в котором хранятся все ваши личные вещи. Петя меняет ваши замки и требует выкуп за то, чтобы выдать новые ключи, при этом ваш кошелек и карточка остались заперты внутри. А Миша запирает каждую отдельную вещь в отдельный сейф. Он запирает вообще все ваши вещи, даже мебель, но при этом не трогает конкретно кошелек и карточку. Да и сходить в дом вы можете без проблем. Правда, жить там будет, мягко говоря, не очень. После шифрования всех файлов, Миша создает на рабочем столе пользователя два файла с названием Your Files are Encrypted, или Ваши файлы зашифрованы, в формате TXT и HTML соответственно. В этих файлах содержится та же информация, что и у Пети. Ваши файлы зашифрованы, /плоти. Причем после этого, скажем так, обновления, Миша всегда идет в одном комплекте с Петей. Таким образом, запустив файл с вирусом, пользователь автоматически становится обречен. Если после того, как файл затребует права администратора, пользователь согласится, запускается Петя. Если же пользователь засомневается и выберет «нет», активируется Миша. Так что если вдруг вы каким-то образом оказались в ситуации, при которой у вас требует прав администратора обычный на первый взгляд файл, лучшим вариантом будет закрыть это окно через крестик. А еще через некоторое время разрабы выкатили новый продукт GoldenEye, уже желтый, который комбинировал в себе и Петю, и Мишу. Он шифровал и жесткий диск при наличии прав администратора, и файлы при их отсутствии. При этом и в том, и в другом случае пользователю высвечивалось сообщение о том, что его устройство заражено именно золотым глазом. Звучит как какое-то венерическое заболевание. Кстати, все эти умопомрачительные названия авторы вируса взяли из фильма про Джеймса Бонда, собственно, «Золотой глаз» 1995 года. По сюжету фильма «Золотой глаз» — это оружейный комплекс, разработанный злыми русскими мафиозниками, которые своими электромагнитными волнами выводят из строя всю электронику в радиусе поражения и используют для этого спутники, два основных из которых называются, как вы догадались.
Мы хотим испытать золотой глаз. Доложите обстановку.
Два действующих спутника, Петя и Миша.
Даже псевдоним себе наш мамкин хакер взял из фильма. Он, или они, гордо именуют себя Janus Cybercrime Solutions. Угадайте, как называлась группировка вышеупомянутых злых русских мафиозников из фильма. Правильно, Янус. Правда, доподлинно неизвестно, действует ли этот Янус в одиночку, или же это целая киберпреступная группировка, но давайте для удобства я буду говорить о нем в единственном числе. Кстати, мне удалось найти исходную версию осцы черепа, используемую во всех трех версиях вируса. Вот он, красавец. Не знаю, зачем вам эта информация, да и не то, чтобы я прям искал, я просто вбил в Яндекс осцы Art Skull and Crossbones, но пусть будет. Итак, резюмируя все вышесказанное, вирус Петя, он же Петя А, был разработан Janus Cybercrime Solutions, распространялся через электронную почту, высвечивал осцы череп и требовал выкуп в биткоинах. После выплаты обычно диск расшифровывался, но это не точно. Это важно, так как дальше речь пойдет о своеобразном преемнике Пети, который часто путают с самим Петей и который и прославился сильнее всего. Спустя примерно полгода после появления GoldenEye, 27 июня 2017 года на территории Украины начал распространяться новый вирус, и эта кибератака стала намного более разрушительной и смертоносной. В отличие от Пети, новый вирус распространялся сначала через обновление украинского бухгалтерского ПО МЕ-ДОК. Их сервера были взломаны, после чего с них было отправлено скомпрометированное обновление, установившее на 1000 устройств бэкдор, позволяющий собирать идентификационные данные и устанавливать удаленный контроль на зараженные устройства. А затем через эксплойт Eternal Blue, уязвимость Windows, позволявшая вирусу быстро распространяться по локальным сетям. Тот самый эксплойт, который использовался печально известным WannaCry. Через электронную почту новый вирус также распространялся, но намного реже. Если вы ничего не поняли из прошлого абзаца, попробую объяснить попроще. Если продолжать аналогию с домом, то представьте, что у вашего дома есть дверь с замком. Это защита вашего ПК. Бэкдор — это секретный проход, спрятанный в стене, о котором знают только те, кто его поставил, и через который можно войти, не открывая главный замок. Иногда такие проходы оставляют специально, например, программисты, а иногда тайно, злоумышленники, чтобы потом можно было попасть внутрь незаметно. А эксплойт — это инструмент или хитрый трюк, позволяющий взломать замок на двери. Допустим, кто-то заметил, что если сильно дернуть дверную ручку и постучать 3 раза, то дверь откроется. Это и есть эксплойт. Он использует ошибку в замке, чтобы попасть внутрь. И наш пациент пользовался обоими способами. Заметили, что я ни разу не употребил к этому новому вирусу имя Петя? А все потому, что, несмотря на кажущуюся схожесть, заключается она в том, что... они оба атакуют жесткий диск жертвы и требуют выкуп в биткоинах, и используют ключи и красный цвет... И на этом все. Да, он заимствует элементы кода и внешний вид у Пети, но по сути это совершенно другой вирус с другим назначением и структурой. Новый вирус даже не представляется Петей, о чем вообще говорить, он даже череп не использует. И все равно, если мы зайдем на статью в Википедии, которая, называется «Петя», в качестве скриншота там будет использоваться... а как его называть? Чаще всего его именуют Not Петя или Экс-Петр, однако это заставляет некоторых людей думать, что это просто новая, улучшенная версия Пети, что, напоминаю, в корне неверно. Петя и вот этот вот вирус абсолютно никак не связаны между собой. И чтобы это подчеркнуть, давайте назовем его Джонни. Так вот, Википедия мало того, что в статье под названием «Петя» использует скриншот Джонни, так еще и черным по белому пишет: уплата выкупа является бесполезной, так как версия Петя 2017 года, названная Not Петя, не предполагает возможности расшифровки информации на жестком диске. Лишнее напоминание о том, какой Википедия достоверный источник информации. Но мы отвлеклись. В одном Википедия не соврала. Краеугольное отличие Джонни от Пети в том, что Джонни, как было сказано ранее, изначально был нацелен не на получение прибыли, а на полное уничтожение информации на жестком диске. А ключ, который он предлагал отправить в обмен на данные, буквально рандомный, ничего не значащий и нигде не сохраняющийся набор символов, а значит дешифрация невозможна в принципе. Как я уже говорил, впервые Джонни был замечен на территории Украины, и уже через несколько часов после начала атаки были парализованы Киевский метрополитен, большая часть критической энергоструктуры, заводов и банков, и даже система контроля за Чернобыльской АЭС. Вот было бы прикольно, если бы создатели Джонни нечаянно уничтожили население всей планеты. А еще через несколько часов вирус перекинулся с Украины и на другие государства, атаковав крупнейшие европейские компании, больницы, магазины, аэропорты, и это лишь малая часть. За первые сутки от действий Джонни пострадали Украина, Италия, Израиль, Сербия, Венгрия, Румыния, Польша, Аргентина, Чехия, Германия, США. Всего было задействовано более 80 стран. России тоже досталось. Пострадали такие компании, как Сбербанк, Роснефть, Home Credit и другие. Общий ущерб, нанесенный Джонни, составил, вы только вдумайтесь, $10 миллиардов. По сей день это одна из самых крупнейших кибератак в истории. Все дошло до того, что Янус, автор оригинального Пети, выложил ключ дешифрования для своего, точнее своих творений. Видимо, увидев, что творят люди, вдохновившиеся им, ему стало стыдно, и он решил хоть как-то это компенсировать. Я попробовал скачать и использовать дешифратор, более того, мне выдало ключ дешифровки, но есть один нюанс. То ли у меня проблемы с кодировкой, то ли Петя за эти годы настолько проапгрейдился, но программа выдала мне вот это.
УАО, куль-куль-муль.
Как вы понимаете, ввести такое будет немного проблематично, особенно учитывая, что Петя не поддерживает русскую раскладку. И да, эта программа была бесполезной для жертв Джонни, так как расшифровывала она только оригинального Петю, Мишу и GoldenEye. А закончилась атака Джонни так же внезапно, как и началась. Специалисты сработали довольно оперативно и смогли устранить уязвимости, которыми пользовался Джонни, а также разработать новые антивирусные системы, блокировавшие распространение Джонни на системном уровне. Что интересно, доподлинно выяснить, кто является авторами Джонни, не получилось. Все версии, что я нашел, являются лишь додумками уровня официально по слухам. Готовясь и собирая информацию по этому ролику, я прочитал довольно много статей и посмотрел довольно много роликов.
Ну, спасибо, ребята, выручили. Просто так приятно, как сексом позанимался, знаете, вот так классно на душе.
В том числе о том, как же расшифровать и восстановить данные, зашифрованные Петей. Именно Петей, а не Джонни. И каково же было мое удивление, когда я обнаружил довольно много комментариев в духе «Помогите мне, я подцепил этот вирус». Причем комментарии не из 16-17 годов, когда Петя был на пике, а достаточно свежий, максимум парумесячной давности. Так, я эту часть записываю уже после монтажа. В общем, дело в том, что на момент, когда я писал сценарий, я думал, что у меня сохранились скриншоты, предоставленные жертвами, и скриншоты переписок, и скриншоты вирусов. Но, как вы понимаете, не сохранились ни скриншоты переписок, ни скриншоты зараженных устройств. Так что в следующей части вам придется верить мне на слово, но в свое оправдание скажу, что мне просто нет никакого смысла и никакой выгоды врать. Так что, в общем, верьте мне, зуб даю, все так и было на самом деле. Продолжаем. Пообщавшись с некоторыми жертвами, я выяснил, что вирус распространяется в основном через Telegram, а также некоторые пиратские сайты. То есть маскировался Петя под то, для установки чего нужно ненадолго отключить антивирус. Ведь чаще всего антивирусы агрятся на читы в играх и хейгены в пиратских программах, чем и воспользовались злоумышленники. Один из пострадавших также предоставил мне скриншоты самого вируса, и первое, что бросилось мне в глаза, так это то, что вместо «Вы стали жертвой Петя Ransomware» у него была надпись «Вы стали жертвой Hacker 2 Ransomware», а ссылка для оплаты была не на сайт в Даркнете, а на некий Discord-сервер, также названный Hacker 2. Правда, выяснить, что там такое происходит, мне не удалось. Когда я ради безопасности создал себе фейковый аккаунт и попытался зайти на этот сервер, ссылка уже устарела. Вот уж действительно не везет мне с оплатой выкупа. Через Darknet не получилось, через Discord тоже. Что же касается мамкиных хакеров, найти про них хоть какую-то информацию мне так и не удалось. Но, скорее всего, это какие-то школьники с навыками в программировании решили срубить немного бабла. Насколько успешно им это удалось, я не имею ни малейшего понятия. Однако дешифратор Пети, выложенный Янусом, не смог распознать ключ от Хакера 2, и код для расшифровки данных мне не выдал ни в каком виде. По сути своей, это не оригинальный Петя, а просто подделка на основе открытого исходного кода. Но это говорит нам о том, что в той или иной мере Петя еще действует. Здесь я в идеале должен рассказать о том, как же защититься от вирусов, но думаю, что стандартные советы вроде «используйте антивирусы и не пользуйтесь подозрительными ресурсами» вы знаете и без меня. Однако все же мне есть что добавить по этому поводу. Так что ловите 3 совета, которые я слышу не так часто и которые в теории могут быть вам полезны, хоть я и надеюсь, что они вам никогда не пригодятся. Итак... Во-первых, когда вы скачиваете пиратские программы или игры, особо внимательно изучайте отзывы на сайте. Если их либо нет, либо все положительные отзывы написаны в одинаковой манере в один и тот же временной промежуток, бейте тревогу. Лучше потратить пару минут на дополнительное исследование. Гуглите название сайта или ресурса, ищите мнение настоящих пользователей. Если на сайте большое количество накрученных положительных отзывов, значит, скорее всего, с ресурсом что-то не так. Второе. Если вы все же столкнулись с вирусом-вымогателем, никогда не отправляйте деньги злоумышленникам. Во-первых, никто не гарантирует, что ваши данные будут расшифрованы. Скажу больше, скорее всего, ваши деньги просто улетят в никуда, и ваши данные так и останутся зашифрованными. А во-вторых, отправив деньги мамкиным хакерам, вы поддержите их незаконный бизнес, доказав им, что их дело приносит прибыль, тем самым замотивировав их и дальше распространять вредоносное ПО. В общем, если вы столкнулись с такой проблемой, переустанавливайте винду, либо обращайтесь к профессионалам и не кормите этот теневой бизнес. Ну а если вы боитесь потерять свои важные данные, то... Третий, самый простой и одновременно важный совет. Не забывайте регулярно делать резервную копию системы. Это совсем не сложно. Все, что вам для этого требуется, так это флешка максимум за косарь. На просторах интернета полно инструкций о том, как это правильно сделать. Это не только поможет вам сохранить важные файлы в случае непредвиденных ситуаций, но и даст уверенность в том, что ваши данные всегда будут в безопасности. Так что потратьте немного своего времени и не забудьте о создании резервных копий. Это мелочь, но она может спасти вам нервные клетки, если что-то пойдет не так. И помните, всегда лучше потратить 5 минут своего времени на лишнюю проверку, чем впустую потерять кучу времени, нервов и, возможно, своих важных данных. Как говорится, предупрежден, значит вооружен. Меня зовут Мистер Укулео, и я не прощаюсь.
Primes, then we'll do the same on the other side. Okay, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw a line from each prime. Can you see where this is going?
And where they cross is every sum?
Yeah. Now we can start adding them. So we get 2 plus 2.
4.
4. 3 plus 3.
6.
6. You can see we're starting to get all these numbers. The main point here is just, as you go down, not only do you see all the even numbers appear, but they also seem to appear more frequently. And it seems like it should always happen. And of course, the conjecture is that it does always happen. And that's known as the Goldbach's conjecture.
Chen's obsession with the conjecture goes back to his high school years, when his teacher stood in front of the class telling the students all about the sciences and said, "Mathematics is the queen of the sciences. Number theory is the queen's crown. And the Goldbach conjecture is the pearl on the crown."
Shortly after, the teacher said, well, perhaps one day, one of you kids will solve it. And then the whole class burst out laughing. Everyone, except for Chen Jingwang. He later said, I did not laugh. I did not dare to laugh. I was worried my classmates would know my vision. But I never forgot this lesson, to always remember the pearl on the crown, and to never forget my aspirations or ideals.
And now, as air raid alarms are ringing, he's maintained his vision. He's working on his math, trying to solve Goldbach's conjecture.
And then it's like, well, who the hell is Goldbach? Do you know Goldbach?
I know nothing about Goldbach.
Christian Goldbach is a little-known Prussian mathematician who grew up in the early 1700s. At first, he mostly studied medicine and law, only occasionally dabbling in mathematics. But then, in 1710, at the age of 20, he set off on a 14-year and over 4,000-kilometer-long journey to meet some of the greatest mathematicians alive. In Leipzig, he met with Gottfried Leibniz, the co-inventor of calculus. And in London, he met with both Nicolaus Bernoulli and perhaps the greatest mathematician of all time, Sir Isaac Newton. He then finished his trip around Europe before ultimately settling down in Russia at the newly formed St. Petersburg Academy of Sciences, where in 1727 he met his most important connection, a 20-year-old math prodigy. Can you guess who?
Leonard Euler?
Leonard Euler!
The two quickly became friends, bonding over a shared obsession with number theory. Then, in 1729, Goldbach moved to Moscow, but the two stayed in touch, writing letters to each other for the next 35 years, literally until Goldbach died. It was in one of these letters, on the 7th of June, 1742, where Goldbach scribbled a line in the margin. It was not the exact form of the conjecture which now bears his name, but something related. It seems that every integer greater than 2 can be written as the sum of 3 primes. Euler was intrigued by the proposition, but he thought the idea could be refined further. It made sense to him that odd numbers might need 3 numbers to add together to make them. But then he turned his attention to even numbers, and he thought, well, with even numbers, perhaps just 2 prime numbers would be enough to sum to give you every even number. In fact, as Euler wrote in his letter, this is how Goldbach originally framed the problem in person. So Euler reformulated Goldbach's idea into 2 separate conjectures. The first dealt with odd numbers and said, every odd number greater than 5 can be written as the sum of 3 primes. This became known as the weak Goldbach conjecture. And the second dealt with even numbers. It said every even number greater than 2 can be written as the sum of 2 primes. This became known as the strong Goldbach conjecture. They get their names strong and weak conjecture because if you have the strong conjecture, then you've shown that every even number greater than 2 can be written as the sum of just 2 primes. And then you can add 3 to each of those sums to get all of the odd numbers. So if you can prove the strong conjecture, you get the weak one for free. But the reverse is not true. If you can prove the weak conjecture, you still don't get the strong one. Now, after Euler reformulated these conjectures, he was so confident they were true that he wrote, "I regard this as a completely certain theorem, although I cannot prove it."
And he couldn't, And for the next 150 years, almost no progress is made.
That is, until in 1900, German mathematician David Hilbert addressed the International Congress of Mathematicians in Paris. And there, he listed 23 of the most important problems for the 20th century. Number 8 on that list was all about prime numbers, including Goldbach's conjecture.
Goldbach's conjecture was back on the radar. Only now, mathematicians started to look at the problem differently.
Let's take a look at our pyramid again. One thing to notice is that this pyramid is symmetrical. When 2 primes add to make an even number on the right side, those same 2 primes make an even number on the left side. So to avoid double counting, we can look only at the right side of this center line. And what we find is that for very small even numbers like 4, 6, or 8, well, there's only one way to write them as the sum of 2 primes. But for larger numbers like 20, well, now there are multiple different ways to write it as the sum of 2 primes. And the further down you go, the more combinations you find.
So mathematicians started asking a new question, not just whether every even number can be written as the sum of 2 primes, but in how many different ways it can be done.
Let's call that number h of n. For example, h of 4 is 1, because you can only write 4 as the sum of primes 2 plus 2. H of 20 is 2, because that is 3 plus 17 and 7 plus 13. H of 42 is 4, and so on. Now, so far, we're just counting up what the value of h should be. But in 1923, 2 English mathematicians, G.H. Hardy and John Littlewood, tried to come up with a function that would estimate h of n. To do it, they relied on one of the most important results from number theory, the prime number theorem. This tells you that, on average, a large number in the neighborhood of n has about 1 over the natural logarithm of n chance of being prime. So here's a crude version of what Hardy and Littlewood did. They imagined this large even number and they set it equal to 2n. So you could split it right down the middle at n. Now they considered a pair of numbers a and b that together add up to 2n, where a is smaller than n and b is larger. They both must differ from n by the same amount, let's call it c. Now, according to the prime number theorem, the chance that a is prime is 1 over the natural logarithm of n minus c, and the chance that b is prime is 1 over the natural logarithm of n plus c. But here's the trick.
Most of the times we're talking about n's that are ginormous, that are super, super large. And if you look at 1 over ln n, that function would be something like this, where it drops very quickly at the start, and for large numbers it's almost constant. So that this c really doesn't affect it a whole lot. So for most of the numbers, we can sort of ignore the c in both cases, and it becomes much simpler, which is just the chance of a being prime is about 1 over ln n, and the chance of b being prime is about 1 over ln n. Now, what's the chance that both are prime?
You're gonna multiply them together.
We're gonna multiply them together.
Still, so far we've just looked at one pair, while in total there are about n possible pairs, n ways to add up 2 numbers to get to 2n. So we can just multiply the chance of one pair being prime with the total number of pairs to find the total expected number of prime pairs, which comes out to about n over ln n squared. And if we plot this, we find that the expected number of ways to write any number as the sum of 2 primes increases for larger and larger numbers.
Hardy and Littlewood, they refine this a bit more, but essentially what they find, is the exact same thing. They just have like a correction factor in front. But then this term is still the same.
The only problem is that this is just an estimate, not a proof, and as they point out in their own conclusion, it is only proof that counts.
And that's about as far as they get for the strong Goldbach conjecture. But on the weak one, they have more success.
It all comes back to a curious incident 10 years earlier in 1913. We've invited Elmer from the YouTube channel Fern to tell you about it.
Hardy sits at his breakfast table when a strange letter arrives. It's sent by a completely unknown mathematician from India, Srinivasa Ramanujan. The letter reads, "I'm now about 23 years of age. I have no university education, but I have undergone the ordinary school course. After leaving school, I've been employing the spare time at my disposal to work at mathematics." Ramanujan writes that he's a poor clerk, earning only about £20 a year. He's attached some formulas and is asking for Hardy's opinion. The letter is over 10 pages long and is packed with over 100 theorems, many of them highly advanced, yet Ramanujan provides no proofs and very little explanation. Hardy is astounded. He has never seen anything like it. Some are already known, others are completely new, unknown to the world. And then there are results that seem impossible, like that the sum of all positive integers up to infinity is negative 1/12. How did he come up with this? Hardy shows the letter to Littlewood. The two stay up until midnight, going through the manuscript, debating whether the mysterious author is a genius or a fraud.
But it sounded like Hardy felt these couldn't be crank results because you couldn't imagine them if you were just a crank. They're too fantastical to be the work of that kind of second-rate mind. Only a really phenomenal, off-the-chart genius could have come up with them.
So Hardy writes back. The rigorous and strict mathematician he is, he asks for proof. Ramanujan, however, is nothing like Hardy. He works on intuition, often guided by dreams.
He would just see the result, or in some mystical versions of his own telling, he would say that his personal goddess Namagiri would come to him in his dreams and write the formulas on his tongue.
Wait, on his tongue?
On his tongue is the version I've sometimes heard, but in any case, you planted it in his mind.
An equation for me has no meaning, unless it expresses a thought of God. Ramanujan never really learned how to provide proof to his theorems, so Hardy urges him to come to Cambridge to explain them in more detail. But there's a problem. Ramanujan is a devout Hindu. His faith forbids him from crossing the sea. Then, one night, his mother has a dream. A goddess appears and tells her to let Ramanujan fulfill his destiny. Convinced by the vision, she gives her blessing, and so Ramanujan finally sets out for England. In Cambridge, Hardy and Ramanujan start working together.
I mean, I'm going to get choked up thinking about it. It's such a beautiful sentiment. Trying to remember how Hardy put it. It's something like he thought, on a scale from 0 to 100, maybe he's a 10. Littlewood is a 30, like Ramanujan is an 80. Some kind of crazy thing like that. So he knew that Ramanujan was special. Didn't expect to get emotional for you, but this is what I do when I think about Ramanujan.
But his new life in England is harsh. He's not used to the climate, he's not used to the food, and war is ravaging. It will become one of the darkest chapters of his life. If you want to know more about Ramanujan's struggles and what made him such a genius, there's an upcoming video on our channel, Fern.
While Ramanujan struggled, Hardy and he did make a breakthrough. Around 1917, they invented what's known as the circle method and used it to tackle different problems in number theory. Hardy and Littlewood later developed this idea further, and for the next 100 years, this would be the main method to tackle the weak Goldbach conjecture.
But let's remind ourselves of the problem. We're trying to prove that we can always write an odd number, large odd number, as the sum of 3 primes. Call it P1, P2, and P3.
But just like before, we don't only want to know whether it's possible, but in how many different ways it can be done. So Hardy and Littlewood imagined a counting machine of sorts. As input, it would take all possible combinations of 3 prime numbers smaller than n. For each combination, it would add them up and check if that sum is equal to n. And if it is, the machine increments a counter by 1. But if not, the machine does nothing. It goes on to the next combination. let's do an example. Say n is 11. Well, the machine first checks the primes 2, 2, and 2, adds them up to get 6, which is not equal to 11, so the counter stays at 0. Next it tries 2, 2, 3, which is 7, so again it does nothing. And it keeps cycling through until it hits 2, 2, 7, which is equal to 11, so now the machine increments the counter by 1. As it keeps running through primes, the counter increments only one more time for 3, 3, 5. So in total, there are 2 ways to write 11 as the sum of 3 primes. But how would you go about building this machine out of mathematics?
Because that is exactly what Hardy and Littlewood did. Their technique is so ingenious, I want to take you through it step by step.
It starts with the function e to the I theta. This function just traces out a unit circle in the complex plane. The angle theta determines how far around the circle you are. Now imagine that theta is restricted to be some multiple m of 2 pi. And since 2 pi is one complete revolution, well, it doesn't matter if m is 0, 1, 2, 3, or any integer, a vector from the origin would always point in the same direction, to the right. But now Hardy and Littlewood multiply the angle by alpha, where alpha is just some number between 0 and 1. You can think of it as a slider. So if m equals 1 and you increase alpha from 0, well, the vector slowly makes one full rotation. If m equals 2, the vector will move around faster and make 2 full rotations. And this keeps going for higher values of m. Now imagine taking all possible values of alpha simultaneously, and then averaging out all of those vectors. Mathematically, we can write this as the integral from 0 to 1 of e to the I 2 pi alpha d alpha. So what happens? Well, this vector cancels with this one on the opposite side, and this one with that one, and the same thing happens with all the vectors. So averaging them, we get 0. The same thing happens if m equals 2 or 3 or 4. This integral will give 0 for all values of m, except a single case. If m equals 0, then we have e to the 0, which equals 1. So no matter what alpha is, the vector always points to the right, and averaging that will always give 1. So this equation is very close to the machine we were trying to create. If m equals 0, it returns 1, but if m is not equal to 0, it returns 0. So all that's left to do is replace m with what we're interested in. Specifically, is the sum of p1 plus p2 plus p3 equal to n? We can rearrange that to get p1 plus p2 plus p3 minus n equals 0. So if we sub in this expression for m, then every time the 3 primes add up to n, this value will be 0, and the integral will be equal to 1. And every time the primes don't add up to n, this value will be non-zero, and so the integral will return 0. But right now, this equation only checks one triplet of primes. To check all possible combinations of primes smaller than n, we need to add a sum. Since this will count up all the ways 3 primes can add to make n, we can call it h of n.
So in fact, let's try it out. Put in n equals 11, compute this function, and it gives 6, which is not the 2 we found before. So what happened? Well, we've simplified the logic a little bit, so we actually get some duplicates this time. For example, the machine finds 227, but also 722 and 272. Mathematicians correct for this when doing the real calculation, but for our purposes, this machine is good enough. So we've got our h of n. And if we can show that h of n is at least 1 for every odd number greater than 5, then we've proven the weak Goldbach conjecture. But there are 2 issues with this approach. The first is that we assumed that we know all of the prime numbers smaller than n, which is true when n is small, but as n goes to infinity, we just don't know all of the primes. The second problem is that as the number of primes increases, the number of possible combinations explodes. If n is 10,001, there are 1,229 smaller prime numbers, which means a total of 310,144,295 possible prime triplets. Increase n to 1 billion, and the possible combinations jumps up to nearly 22 sextillion. And this trend continues. So using this approach in a simple way won't work.
So Hardy and Littlewood came up with a smarter way. they fundamentally reframed the problem by taking the sum inside the integral. Rather than checking all possible combinations of prime numbers by brute force, they now analyze the collective behavior of all the primes at once. To see how this works, take a look at the equation. In the exponent is the sum of 3 primes minus n. But adding in the exponent is the same as multiplying exponentials together. So we can rewrite this as the product of 4 exponentials. The first 3 of these are actually identical, because there's nothing to distinguish what we call P1, P2, P3. They're all prime numbers drawn from the same set. So we could just call this function s of alpha and n, and we could multiply it by itself 3 times, or just cube it. By doing this, h of n is now a function of just 2 things: e to the minus I 2 pi n alpha, which is just a complex number that you could compute, and this new function s of alpha and n. But what is this function? Well, let's do an example. Again, say n equals 11. Then s of alpha and 11 equals just a sum of 4 exponentials, each governed by its own prime number. You can think of each of these exponentials as a clock, each with its own prime number that determines how fast the clock spins. So 2 turns the slowest, 3 turns faster, 5 turns faster still, and so on. But remember, this is a sum, so we actually need to add up all the clocks tip to tail. Now watch what happens as we increase alpha. All the clocks wind around at their own rates. What we're interested in is not the behavior of any individual clock, but instead all of them together. Since we've chosen a pretty small value for n, nothing too exciting happens. But watch what happens if we pick a larger value for n, like 99. Now there are 25 prime numbers that are smaller than 99, and hence 25 clocks in our sum. Now, as we increase alpha, all the clocks again wind around at their different rates. It almost looks like a dragon's tail. And for a while, everything seems kind of chaotic, circling around the origin. But then, when alpha hits 1/6, the tail unwinds. And suddenly, almost all the clocks point in a similar direction, and we get a large resultant value. If we increase alpha further, the clocks cancel out again, until we hit the next magic point, 1/3. Here again, many clocks line up, and this curious pattern keeps repeating. For the majority of values of alpha, the clocks cancel each other out. But at a few special points, like a half, the tail unwinds, the clocks interfere constructively, and we get a large resultant value.
If the angle is, 360 degrees divided by a whole number, you get some very particular behavior that's very predictable. Those are the angles at which this function, when you sum the primes, they actually go far from 0. And what happens at a random angle, and you just start adding the primes up, it keeps changing which way it's pointing, and the thing just bounces around.
So why is this happening? Well, let's look at when alpha equals a half. Here, what we're doing is multiplying each prime number in the exponent by a half. In other words, dividing each prime number by 2. So let's do this for each of the primes. In the first column, we'll write down how many times it can be divided by 2, and in the second column, we'll write down the remainder. So 2 divided by 2 equals 1, leaving a remainder of 0, so we've just made 1 full rotation. 3 divided by 2 is 1, but that leaves a remainder of 1, so it makes 1 full rotation and then a half rotation. 5 divided by 2 is 2 with a remainder of 1, so it makes 2 full rotations and then a half rotation more. Now, we don't really care about the first column because it doesn't matter how many full rotations a clock makes, we only care about where the arrow ends up, and that's fully determined by the remainder. It's just the remainder times alpha. So from now on, we'll just keep track of the remainders. And what we find is that all of the other remainders are equal to 1. So all clocks except the first one point the same way. This is because when we're dividing whole numbers by 2, there are only 2 possible remainders, 0 or 1. And since we're working with prime numbers, only 2 can have the remainder 0 because no other prime number is even. Therefore, all other primes must share the remainder 1. Meaning all those clocks end up making another half rotation, so they all point left and constructively interfere. A similar thing happens when alpha equals a third. Now each prime is divided by 3, so the possible remainders are 0, 1, or 2. Again, 3 is the only clock that has remainder 0, so that point's right. But all the other primes follow a special pattern, a pattern that makes the entire circle method possible. The remaining primes distribute themselves roughly equally between remainders 1 and 2, which means all the remaining clocks are rotated 1/3 or 2/3 of the way around the circle. Since these clocks are pointing to the left, again we get constructive interference. And this pattern of constructive interference also occurs for other small rational fractions. But for non-rational numbers, you don't get these nicely restricted remainders, so the clocks are roughly distributed equally all over the circle, and you get destructive interference. Hardy and Littlewood realized they could use this. Imagine taking this plot of the magnitude of the resultant arrow and wrapping it around a circle. What they found is that the majority of the contributions come from very small regions of the circle, what they called the major arcs. The rest of the circle only adds minor contributions, so they called these the minor arcs. This allowed them to split up their calculation into two parts. The major arc part gives you the main term for how many ways you can write a number n as the sum of 3 primes, and the minor arcs just gives you an error term. They then showed that if the generalized Riemann hypothesis is true, then the main term grows faster than the error term. So eventually, for some large enough number, call it k, this value will always be larger than 1, and the weak Goldbach conjecture holds. But there are two problems with this approach. The first is that they assumed that a generalization of the Riemann hypothesis is true, which we don't know. And the second is that they didn't actually specify that number, k. I mean, how big of a number do you need to get to before you can guarantee that all numbers larger than that adhere to Goldbach's conjecture?
Then we've got to wait until 1937, when Russian mathematician Ivan Vinogradov proves the same as Hardy and Littlewood. But he did it without the generalized Riemann hypothesis. So, assumption free.
It's one thing to just assume the Riemann hypothesis and say, oh yeah, you can make some progress. But Vinogradov's like, no guys, you don't need the Riemann hypothesis. You can really prove this stuff.
But again, he gives some large enough number for which the weak Goldbach conjecture will hold, without specifying that number. And so it's very unsatisfying. Over the next 19 years, one of his students did get that satisfaction when he could specify that number. Do you want to have any guess as to what the number is?
10 to the 50, 10 to the 80, 10 to the 3000, I don't know. I was guessing things that are far too low, probably.
Yeah. It's about 10 to the 6.8 million.
Wow, okay.
It's huge. But then, from here on, people start working on his method more, and they all use the same techniques. In 1989, the number was brought down to 10 to the 43,000. Next, it dropped to 10 to the 7,194. And by 2002, it had dropped all the way down to 10 to the 1,346. Now, that seems so much smaller than what we had before, but if you compare it to how many, protons there are in the universe, which is 10 to the power 80, that's not something you can check by computer. It's absolutely, absolutely hopeless. Even if you turned the whole universe into a computer, you would still have no chance of solving this. So it really needed to get dragged down.
This is roughly where the problem stood in 2005, when Peruvian mathematician Harold Helfgott became interested in it.
He was reading papers about the weak Goldbach conjecture and new techniques that were being developed. So these were the cutting-edge techniques at the time. He was reading it and he thought,
I can do better. I'm having some ideas of how to do better. And it took me a couple of weeks to get better. I see it's not still good, strong enough to revolutionize everything, but to make real progress.
So he gets to work, and within a couple of weeks, he's got better estimates than that in the paper. So now he's getting more confident, like, okay, I got this.
Of course, I was a bit naive. I underestimated some difficulties elsewhere.
To solve the problem, he realized he needed to do two things. One, get the computational number as high as possible. And two, get the constant down as much as he could, which is where the difficult math comes in. So over the next 8 years, he attacked the problem from both sides. Together with David Platt, he checked all numbers up to 8.8 times 10 to the 30 by computer. And by refining his math, he slowly brought down the constant number k. By 2013, he gets the number all the way down to 10 to the 27, which is below the number that his computers had already checked.
So he solved it. he wrote up his results in a paper called The Ternary-Goldbach Conjecture is True, which is quite the mic drop title. So, nearly 300 years after Goldbach's original letter, have got proof that every odd number greater than 5 can be written as the sum of 3 primes. And as a result, he also proved that every even number greater than 2 can be written as the sum of at most 4 primes. This is because you can always just add 3 to all the odd numbers to get all the even numbers.
So was it a big deal? Were people excited?
Yeah, it's a good question. I feel like it is mostly an obscure problem. I think the strong one, and this with both of these problems, like they don't have any direct application to the real world. Because it's so simple, it has this massive wide appeal and everyone will kind of know about it. It's also one of the oldest unsolved problems. What did you do when you proved it?
Well, I put it on the archive like any normal person. It was a big relief.
Given your success with the weak form of the Goldbach conjecture, how do you feel about the strong form?
Oh, I think that's hopeless for the moment. And if it were to yield during our lifetimes, I wouldn't bet on it. In fact, I would bet against it.
See, the reason the circle method works for the weak Goldbach conjecture is because this main term grows faster than this error term. But that's not the case for the strong Goldbach conjecture.
The major arcs are no longer major. The main contribution comes from the minor arcs, or at least as much of the contribution comes from the minor arcs.
So to solve the strong conjecture, we need some fundamentally new technique or approach, but we haven't found it yet.
The person who arguably got the closest was Chen Jingren. In 1956, Chen was recognized for his mathematical prowess, and a year later, he became an assistant at the Chinese Academy of Sciences, where he spent the next 10 years working on problems in number theory, including Goldbach's conjecture. By 1966, he hit a major breakthrough. By using another approach known as sieve methods, he proved that every sufficiently large even number is the sum of a prime and a number that's either a prime or the product of exactly 2 primes, what we call a semi-prime.
It's a very learned and brilliant proof. I think Andre Weil compared following his proof is like climbing along the top of the Himalayas. That you're way up high in the practically the stratosphere. It's such a sophisticated argument.
This was the closest anyone had gotten to solving the problem. Elated, Chen showed the proof to a colleague who suggested he should announce the result and then tidy it up before publishing.
But just as Chen announced his result, the country plunged into chaos.
In May 1966, chairman of the Communist Party, Mao Zedong, declared that bourgeois elements had infiltrated the government and society, and they must be purged. This marked the start of the Cultural Revolution, a radical campaign to defeat perceived enemies of the party. With support from Mao, militant student revolutionaries known as the Red Guard stormed institutions. They burned books and turned on intellectuals. Teachers, scientists, and professors were subjected to brutal public spectacles known as struggle sessions. They were beaten, humiliated, and forced to wear towering caps and placards listing their supposed crimes, like capitalist sympathizer or enemy of the revolution. Across China, the pursuit of knowledge was replaced by fear and political conflict. By 1968, 131 of the 171 senior members of the Chinese Academy of Sciences in Beijing faced persecution, and many others lost their lives.
Chen was one of the targets. He was forced into manual labor and made to live in a converted boiler room with no electricity. The Red Guard insulted him, spat on him, and beat him so badly that Chen often lost consciousness.
In one report, it was so bad that he may have tried to commit suicide. He jumped off of a 3rd-story building and fortunately didn't hit the ground. He landed on the 2nd floor and got injured, but didn't die.
Despite all of this, Chen kept secretly working on his math under the dim light of a kerosene lamp. Then, on the 13th of September 1971, Mao's right-hand man died in a mysterious plane crash after supposedly trying to organize a coup. His death shattered the illusion of unity in the party, and the Cultural Revolution began to lose steam.
But Chen faced a dilemma. On the one hand, he wanted to publish his proof, but on the other, he was terrified of being criticized. Unsure what to do, he turned to Luo Shengzhong, the head of the Mathematical Institute, who told him, "The result is sound. You must publish."
And so, in April 1973, Chen published his theorem. 3 years later, Mao Zedong died and the Cultural Revolution ended. Famous journalist Zhu Qi took note of Chen's story and wrote an article about his achievements and hardship. The article was reprinted in China's most popular newspaper and read by millions. The state that just 10 years earlier silenced Chen now celebrated him as a national hero. His story was retold in schools, books, and films. He even got an asteroid named after him in 1996.
And imagine if he hadn't done it, if he hadn't published it. Like all his work, his whole mission, his whole ideals, his whole vision, maybe no one would have known about it. It would have just been a little line somewhere like, oh, I've got this proof, but yeah, I'm not gonna show it to you. But so often we shoot ourselves down, whereas really do your best and then put it out into the world and then let the world sort of evaluate it. And while Chen got incredibly close, he was never able to fulfill his ultimate dream, to solve the Strong-Goldbach conjecture. Perhaps one reason why it's so hard to prove true is because maybe it's not, maybe it's false. But if it is false, then there's a very easy way to show that, by finding a counterexample, a single even number that can't be written as the sum of two primes.
If Goldbach is false, it would be very easy for you to convince me that Goldbach is false.
Just find a counterexample.
That is the only way that you can convince me that Goldbach is false. If Goldbach is false, then it's false because there's a counterexample. And if there's a counterexample, then you can give me the counterexample and I can check for myself that yes, that's a counterexample.
In this pursuit, in 1938, a mathematician named Niels Pipping checked all numbers up to 100,000 by hand. But he didn't find a single counterexample. Since then, modern computers have brought this number up to 4 quintillion, and the conjecture holds for every single one of them.
In fact, we can also use computers to check in just how many ways a different number can be written as the sum of two primes, which gives us this pattern. It looks like a curve with tails. It strongly resembles a comet, which is why this is known as Goldbach's comet. It shows that as the number gets larger, there are more and more ways to write every even number as the sum of two primes. And if we overlay our heuristic argument from before, we find that it matches up remarkably well.
The one way the conjecture could be false is if, for whatever reason, at some very large number, there's a conspiracy where this completely breaks down and it suddenly drops below that line. Are there any examples where you suddenly have a big drop in the number of ways you can compose a number?
No. Those asymptotics seem to hold very nicely. There are no big drops.
So it seems like the conjecture should be true.
We've tested by brute force all the numbers up to 4 quintillion, and they all obey Goldbach's conjecture. So you might think that we should have found a counterexample by now, or at least a number that doesn't follow this general trend we've seen. But on the scale of all numbers, 4 quintillion is nothing. So we'll have to come up with some smart approach or fundamentally new way of solving this problem. Now, as far as we know, solving Goldbach's conjecture doesn't really affect any other areas of math. And it also doesn't seem to have any direct applications to the real world. So you might think, why bother solving this problem? Why not work on some big problem that we know is important? But I think that misses the point.
What if the Goldbach conjecture turns out it is opening up a whole new part of the multiverse of mathematical ideas? We don't really know because we don't have the bird's eye view or the God's eye view of math. It's what it looks like to us right now on the web of math. So I tend to dislike this picture of certain things are central and other things are peripheral. People should do what fires them up, because if you do that, you'll be passionate, you'll think about it all the time, you'll do it when you're in the shower, you'll think about it when you're driving, and you might do something remarkable because of that passion. And if you're just doing something because you think it's important, I think you'll tend to be second rate, honestly. I like the modest view that we don't know what's necessarily important, but we do know what we love. So work on that.
Goldbach's conjecture frustrated mathematicians for centuries, and for a long time it seemed like an unsolvable problem. Many gave up, thinking it was just too big to tackle. But as we've seen, it only takes a few incredibly determined individuals who reject the status quo to keep pushing towards a solution. And it's not just big math problems, life is full of inconveniences that some of us just start to accept as unsolvable. For me, shaving was one of these things. The irritation, the razor burn, the cost of constantly replacing razors, it felt like something I just kind of had to put up with. But then I started using the Henson razor, and I can honestly say it was a game changer. I've been using it ever since we first started working together 2 years ago, and now I don't go anywhere without it. And it's not just me, many of you have shared your experiences too. The experts from Henson come from the aerospace world, and they applied the same obsessive focus to create a better shaving experience. Their razor is made using CNC machines, which are capable of achieving incredibly tight tolerances. The razor blades stick out just 0.03 millimeters. That means that the blade is perfectly supported. So it maintains its precise 30-degree cutting angle, and it reduces chatter, the tiny up and down vibrations that can cause skin irritation. If you want a better shaving experience engineered by experts, head over to hensonshaving.com/Veritasium. Use my code Veritasium for 100 free blades with the purchase of any razor. Make sure to add both the razor and the blades to your cart for the code to take effect, and try the Henson razor for yourself. I want to thank Henson for sponsoring this video, and I want to thank you for watching.
What science is and how and why it works.
Представьте, что вы космонавт и дрейфуете в открытом космосе. Вы берете камень и бросаете со всей силы.
Swimming in December, heading for the city lights. 975, sharing each other, nearer than farther. The scent of the lemon drips from your eye.
Pull up. Frank. Headshot. Frank. Sit down. Frank. Stand up. Frank. Pass out. Frank. Wake up. Frank. Fade it. Frank. Fade it.
Nah, I done grew around some people living their life in bottles. Granddaddy had the golden flask, backstroke every day in Chicago. Some people like the way it feels. Some people want to kill their sorrow. Some people want to fit in with the popular. That was my problem. I was in a dark room, loud tunes, looking to make a vow soon that I'ma get fucked up, filling up my cup. I see the crowd mood changing by the minute, and the record on repeat. Took a sip, then another sip. Then somebody said to me, nigga, why you babysitting? Only 2 or 3 shots. I'ma show you how to turn it up a notch. First you get a swimming pool full of liquor, then you dive in it. Pool full of liquor, then you dive in it. I wave a few bottles, then I watch them all fly. All the girls wanna play, they watch. I got a swimming pool full of liquor and they dive in it. Pool full of liquor, I'ma dive in it.
Pull up. Frank. Headshot. Frank. Sit down. Frank. Stand up. Frank. Pass out. Frank. Wake up. Frank. Fade it. Frank. Fade it.
Frank. Okay. Now open your mind up and listen to me, Kendrick. I'm in your conscience. If you do not hear me, then you will be history, Kendrick. I know that you're nauseous right now, and I'm hoping to lead you to victory, Kendrick.
If I take another one down, I'ma drown in some poison, abusing my limit. I think that I'm feeling the vibe. I see the love in her eyes. I see the feeling of freedom is granted as soon as the damage of vodka arrived. This how you capitalize. This is parental advised, and apparently I'm over influenced by what you are doing. I thought I was doing the most, and someone said to me,
Nigga, why you babysitting? Only 2 or 3 shots. I'ma show you how to turn it up a notch. First you get a swimming pool full of liquor, then you dive in it. Pool full of liquor, then you dive in it. I wave a few bottles, then I watch them all fly. All the girls wanna play, they watch. I got a swimming pool full of liquor and they dive in it. Pool full of liquor, I'ma dive in it.
Hold up.
Drink,
Headshot.
drink,
Sit down.
drink,
Stand up.
drink,
Pass out.
drink,
Wake up.
drink,
Fade it.
drink,
Fade it.
drink, drink.
one chopper, 100 shots, bang. Hop out, do you, bang. 2 chopper, 200 shots, bang. I ride, you ride, bang. 1 chopper, 100 shots, bang. Hop out, do you, bang. 2 chopper, 200 shots, bang.
Nigga, why you babysitting? Only 2 or 3 shots. I'ma show you how to turn it up a notch. First you get a swimming pool full of liquor, then you dive in it. Pool full of liquor, then you dive in it. I wave a few bottles, then I watch them all fly. All the girls wanna play, they watch. I got a swimming pool full of liquor and they dive in it. Pool full of liquor, I'ma dive in it.
Hold up.
Drink,
Headshot.
drink,
Sit down.
drink,
Stand up.
drink,
Pass out.
drink,
Wake up.
drink,
Fade it.
drink,
Fade it.
drink.
This is the end. Hold your breath and count to 10. Feel the earth move and then hear my heart burst again. For this is the end. I've drowned and dreamt this moment, so overdue I owe them. Swept away, I'm stolen. Let the sky fall and it crumbles. We will stand tall, I'll face it all together. Let the sky fall when it crumbles.
Схватишь меня за руку, и тут мы понесемся посреди дороги. Я научу тебя тому, от чего люди в шоке. Давай в примерочной напялим дорогие шмотки. И пусть за мной бежит кассир, а ты снимай на фотик. Давай мне руку и смелей на крыше Мерседеса. И во все горло заорем с тобой дурную песню. Нас поймают, закроют в палате одноместной. Ты не бойся, ты смейся. Ой, нам ворую алкоголь. Сломал на крышу замок. Хочу навсегда с тобой. Мы танцуем под луной. Ты круче всех этих звезд. Ты дороже, чем Rolls-Royce. Девочка с моих снов теперь со мной. Теперь со мной, 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 теперь. Мы два сумасшедших на скорости отрыв. Два тела беспечных, на ветер все бабки. Мы можем разбиться, но не остановиться. Наша птица удача, мы вместе в угнанной тачке. Не закрываясь от дождя, несемся вдаль, не зная точно, что там ждет в конце тупик или золото тучи. Ты мой Гуччи, ты проще ставчик мной неизученный. Я так хочу тебя, малыш, давай надень наручники. Ой, нам ворую алкоголь, сломал на крышу замок. Хочу навсегда с тобой, мы танцуем под луной. Ты круче всех этих звезд, ты дороже, чем Rolls-Royce. Девочка с моих снов теперь со мной. Теперь со мной, 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 теперь. started jumping the gun. Yeah, like I do it for fun. You act like you do it for real, but no, you not on the vibes. You never could come inside of this building we run. Inside of this world we run. We do it for us. No, I'll fuck with one of them at all. Won't fuck you at all. No, I won't pick it because I don't like it at all. I can't want to see you fall. I keep on chasing the highs, I know I can never get back, so I'm always on low. And I got eyes on the back of my head, I got eyes everywhere, so I know where you go. I can drop ties in this bitch, drop like flies in this bitch. I cut ties in this bitch, I'll cut ties in your face. Yeah, cut you like a lace, nothing I do could be replaced. That's why I'm living out in space. I take the money to another level, I take the plane to another level, I take the highest to a new level, I take it high to a new level. Keep thinking you're great past you to show. Yeah, I ain't mean to burst your bubble, but I ain't into making change, I'ma stay the same, bring it to my level. If we be real, I don't know how to feel. I've been overseas, you've been on your knees. No, you begging please, it's nothing left to see, nothing left to feel. Why you in the field? Why you so real? Tell me how you feel. Why you make me feel the way I feel? Will you make me feel better? Always clash your heads, yeah, when somebody think they know better. Who the fuck is you? Got better things to do. I don't got time to waste, I just need my space. It's a couple things that I can't feel, but I can't feel my face. It's a couple things that I wish I could, but I can't replace. I think it's a sickness, being so selfish, yeah. I'm in need of a witness. They always tell me, never forget this. I forget everything, I don't even know what my tip is. And I'll change everything, I don't know how to top this.
Volkswagen, das Auto, 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 das Auto, 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 Auto,
This trapping shit too easy. I swear it's super smooth. Like Billy D, that Colt 45 is super smooth. Might get you brain freeze, but this shit super smoothie. This shit like multiple choice. You want this money? Pick or choose. It made me break the law bit with my niggas, sell some raw bit with my niggas, blow like cartridge with my niggas. Fuck you talking, flipping birdie, so no parring with my niggas. Hit the bench, practice squad, it ain't no starting it with my niggas, So quit talking, dick gobbler, boy, I'm moving work, I'm talking fast numbers, big auctions, I seen it early like a preview. I seen it like it's see-through. Now I'm Danny Glover lethal, It's my first project ever. Like, I'm surprised I even worked hard on it to push one out. Fuck. Like, people that know me surprised as fuck. But just listen to it. Shout out Odd Couple, man. This shit long as hell, but this shit kinda raw. I curse too much. One more time, one time. money, won't see you at the top. I sell felons for the fucking fuck. Raise eyebrows like The Rock. Quit money, you won't see you at the top. I sell felons for the fucking fuck. Raise eyebrows like The Rock. This risk getting deeper since they pockets booming out. Some drugs getting cheaper since people don't use they snout. Oh, long ago I kinda feel bad for those consumed like snapshots of new pictures. They all get exposed,
Eu não nasci pra trabalhar como CLT. Abri meu OnlyFans e é foto que eu vou vender. Abri meu OnlyFans e é foto que eu vou vender. Eu não nasci pra trabalhar como CLT. Eu não nasci pra trabalhar como CLT. Abri meu OnlyFans e é foto que eu vou vender. Abri meu OnlyFans e é foto que eu vou vender. Eu não nasci pra trabalhar como CLT. Eu não nasci pra trabalhar como CLT. Abri meu OnlyFans e é foto que eu vou vender.
DJ Dylan SK, tanta putaria, porra. DJ Raul Puig, o moleque ele é muito foda.
Trallallero, trallallà. Porco Dio e porco Allah. Porco Allah. Giocare ma col cazzo che ci vado bastarda di una nonna puttana, tana. Trallallero, trallallà.
mais il n'y a que mon père maintenant qui s'en souvient. Quelquefois de mes 10 premières années, il ne me reste plus rien, pas la plus pauvre poupée, plus rien qu'un petit refrain. Pourtant, les yeux fermés, moi j'entends mon père chanter ce refrain. La, la.
Where you wanna be right now? Nowhere else in the world that I wanna be right now. Be right now. Tell you about my worst nightmare. It's laying down in a house, waking up and you're not around. Not around. Oh, what a vision. Oh, what a sight. Vanilla sky above your head. I see the light. Don't say you're leaving. That's a bad night. Vanilla sky, you are my paradise. You are my paradise. Can you just stay here with me? Can I just stay here with you? Can we just lay here with me? Can we just stay here? I know what I feel right now. I know what I wouldn't feel if you weren't right here making me feel right now. Feel right now. A lot of things let me down. Thank God you are not a lot of things. You're the only thing that's clearing up all my big, strange, dark clouds. Oh, what a vision. Oh, what a sight. Vanilla sky above your head. I see the light. Don't say you're leaving. That's a bad night. Vanilla sky, you are my paradise. You are my paradise. Can you just stay
начались наши сны. Знаешь, посмотреть вправо надо, но мешает слеза. Нервные мои пальцы гладишь, нежные мои губы любишь, глубиной моря манят, губят мои глаза. Я любила тебя, твои пластинки слушала я, и в каждой находила себя. Зачем остановила меня? Ева, я любила тебя, твои пластинки слушала я, и в каждой находила себя. Зачем остановила меня? Ева, я любила тебя. Ева, я любила.
I wanna dance in the lights. I wanna rock your body. I wanna go for a ride. Hop in the music and rock your body, right?
Come on, rock that body.
Rock your body.
Rock that body. Come on, rock that body. Rock that body. Come on, rock that body.
Rock your body.
Rock that body. Come on, rock that body.
Let me see your body rock, shaking it from the bottom to top. Freak to what the DJ drop. We be the ones to make it hot. Electric shock, energy like a billion watts. Space be booming, the speakers pop. Galactic, call me Mr. Spot. We bumping in your parking lot.
When you coming up in the spot, don't bring nothing we call pink dot, 'cause we burning around the clock. Hit the lights and then turn them off. If you green, that don't make you stop. Like the jungle, we run the block. No one rolling the way we rock, way we rock.
I wanna rock right now. I wanna rock right now. I wanna rock right now.
I wanna dance in the lights. I wanna rock your body. I wanna go for a ride. Hop in the music and rock your body, right?
Come on, rock that body.
Rock that body.
Rock that body. Come on, rock that body. Rock that body. Come on, rock that body.
Rock your body.
Rock that body. Come on, rock that body.
Super fly ladies, all of my super fly ladies, all of my super fly ladies, all of my super fly ladies.
Yeah, you could be big bone, long as you feel like you own. You could be the model type, skinny with no appetite, short stack, black or white, long as you do what you like. Body out of sight, body out of sight.
She does a two-step and a tongue drop. She does a cabbage patch and the bus stop. She like electro, she love hip-hop. She like the reggae, she feel punk rock. She loves samba and the mambo. She like to break dance and calypso. Get a little crazy, get a little stupid, get a little crazy, crazy. I wanna dance in the lights. I wanna rock your body. I wanna go for a ride. Hop in the music and rock your body, right? Rock your body, right? Rock your body, right? Come on, yeah.
Rock that body. Come on, rock that body.
Come on, yeah.
Rock that body. Come on,
Spinning my face, my love, I'm gone spinning my face, my love, it won't face. Spinning my face, my love, it won't change. Spinning my face, my love, I'm gone crazy. Spinning my face, my love, I'm gone mad. This is your fault. I don't need you anyway. Stumble at the bathroom. Stumble at your own, she got a crack in the room with a noose and a bag. Like the bitch, so call me crazy little hoe, had a sound. She got the guts on, show it all, we smoke out the attic. You're right, I know we love to argue like it ain't. Sipping on the liquor, you can taste it. Girl, don't touch your drink, I know you waste it. Don't know what to say except you. Crush my heart and say it's nothing. You broke me down. I kept on cutting. I played for you, and now I'm gushing. I played for you, but you never. Spinning my face, my love, it won't face me. Spinning my face, my love, it won't change me. Spinning my face, my love, I'm going crazy. Spinning my face, my love, I'm going straight. Spinning my face, my love, it won't face me. Spinning my face, my love, it won't change me. Spinning my face, my love, I'm going crazy. Spinning my face, my love, I'm going mad. For sure, tell me give it up, I leave everyone in the cold. All I wanna say, I'll do anything you condone. Show me hell where I shoot it through my motherfucking bone. She got a crack in the room with a noose and a bag. And the bitch so call me crazy little hoe, had a sound. She got the guts, how show it all, we smoke out the attic. You're right, I know we love to argue, let's get at it. You crush my heart and say it's nothing. You broke me down, I kept on cutting. I played for you, and now I'm gushing. I played for you, but you never. Spinning my face, my love, it won't face me. Spinning my face, my love, it won't change me. Spinning my face, my love, I'm going crazy. Spinning my face, my love, I'm going straight. Spinning my face, my love, it won't face me. Spinning my face, my love, it won't change me. Spinning my face, my love, I'm going crazy. Spinning my face, my love, I'm going mad.
The music just turns me on.
Gym Bros Unite. Hardstyle pre-workout and ecstasy. Que gostar de empurre, toma, 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 toma. Que gostar de empurre, toma, 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 toma. Que gostar de empurre, toma, 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 toma. Que gostar de empurre, toma, 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 toma. Que gostar de empurre, toma, 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 toma. Que gostar de empurre, toma, toma, toma.
gosta de empurre, toma, 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 que gosta de empurre, toma, 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 que gosta de empurre, toma, 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 que gosta de empurre, toma, 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 que gosta de empurre, toma, 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 que gosta de empurre, toma, toma, toma.
Я тебя вообще не трогал, я же не знаю, кто ты такой. Такой, не тихо, тихо. Я сидел, я стоял там с кем-то, ты начал меня ругать. Я говорю, ты так кто такой, вообще охренел. Ты... Тише себя веди. Ты сказал, ты хуй, я твою маму ебал! Я тебе найду, клянусь Богом, я тебе найду. Клянусь Богом, ты меня найдешь. Я тебе найду. Клянусь посолить, я тебе найду. Ты хуй так не нужна. Арат, ты голос, Арат, Тигандон. Арат, не семестр к тебе приехал. Арат, иди к тебе сюда, пацана.
Значит, мне нужно 2 диетических колы и чизбургер.
続いているの私のせいにもできるから今日は休みをしよういらない給食じゃんけんしよう使い慣れた部屋で自問自答するだけでいい世界を知りたいのよ思いっぱしとり軽る変わることしたよなそんな不愉快むちゃくちゃな時間割り私の身代わりになってほしい今日はずる休みをしよう今日はずる休みをしよう欠席の理由大事なしようファーストクラスの教室で君のための景色を見たいのよずる休みをして言える私の会議でしょう正解を知るための自習をするだけでいい世界にいたいのよガーデンの隙間に味を得欲求があった頃はどうに過ぎ去っているのかな想像の通りにいかなかった分だけ遠回りした正解で安心を
came into focus. How could I pretend I didn't notice? An incision when you look back. You gave me tunnel vision right through the back. Will you take what I got? Will we die on the spot? Too soon to say. What's your name anyway? You make me make moves. I see you, you know I see you. I break through to get to you. It's so true, it's so true. I see you, I know that I see you. And you know that time goes to thing for us to see this through. I crossed the party line and lost it just to find it. All the people fall upon the beat and get behind it. I want you to myself, can we take this somewhere else? My heart's an open book and you just took it off the shelf. You make me make moves. I see you, you know I see you. I break through to get to you. It's so true, it's so true. I see you, know that I see you. And you know that time does a thing for us to see this through. To see this through. I see you, I see you. I see you, I see you. And you know that time does a thing for us to see this through. Молодой типа, 500 на чаевые. Еду на 20-х, я родился в нулевые. Белый хочет делать бэк, do you feel me? Еще вчера мы ходили, теперь мы тратим эти амели, 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 амели. Какие челы, то им дадут проблемы. Ко мне все на рейве, программа от Coachella. Танцуй, танцуй, как стрипер, мой статус бит-типер. Моя жизнь поменялась, тогда я начал пиздить. Они нас ненавидят, тупо флексим. Раньше я был битником, теперь я секси. Господин бэкшот, я подорвал ей бейки. Господин блэкшот, поймаем их на бэке. Пример мафии, смотри на то, как едем. Теперь мы едим кошмары, что я беден. Джинсы тянут вниз, это богатый Сегин. Рекс, богатый Свегин. Молодой типа, 500 на чаевые. Еду на 20-х, я родился в нулевые. Белый хочет делать бэк, do you feel me? Еще вчера мы ходили, теперь мы тратим эти амели, 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 амели.
Мой статус биг-типер, твоя сука голд-диггер. Я чикен-винг-диппер, прямо в твою хоу-флиппер. Я топ-1 winner, а ты топ-1 лузер. На твой зад в своем новом лайн-крузер. Сделал скрр-скрр-скрр-скрр. Иностранец, чикен, мексиканец. Тусуюсь на потом габич, я в трапе будто таец. Малышка смотрит на мой рис, прикинь, это не глянец.
Ты мистер, можно фотку и еще кружок ТГшку. Я мистер, проигнорить и потом прыгаю в тэшку. Ты потеряла короля, но думала, что пешку. Со мной Даня Гуськов и мы сливаем всю ЗПшку. For your girl.
Молодой типа, 500 на чаевые. Еду на 20-х, я родился в нулевые. Белый хочет делать бэк, do you feel me? Еще вчера мы ходили, теперь мы тратим эти амели, 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 я. Амели, 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 я. Амели, 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 я.
Na festa do fim de semana, só um rolê bom. Ela chega e desencana com passo bem solto, passo bem solto, passo bem solto. Na festa do fim de semana. Na festa do fim de semana.
Me and my niggas tryna get it, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. Hit that house, they tell me is you with it, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. Home invasion was persuasive. Was persuasive. Was persuasive. From 9 to 5, I know it's vacant, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. Dreams of living life like rappers do. Like rappers do. Like rappers. Back when condom rappers wasn't cool. They wasn't cool. They wasn't. I fucked Sherane and went to tell my bros. Tell my bros. Then Usher Rain and Let It Burn came on. That burn came on. That burn came on. Hot sauce all that night time rhyming, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. Park the car, then we start rhyming, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. The only thing we had to free our mind. Free our mind. Then freeze that verse when we see dollar signs. See dollar signs. You looking like an easy come up, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. A silver spoon, I know you come from, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. And that's a lifestyle that we never knew. We never knew. Go at a revenue for the revenue. Go Halle Berry or Hallelujah. Pick your poison, tell me what you doing. Everybody go respect the shooter, but the one in front of the gun lives forever.
The one in front of the gun forever.
And I've been hustling all day, this away, that away, through canals and alleyways, just to say, money trees is the perfect place for shade, and that's just how I feel. Nah, $8 might just fuck your main bitch, that's just how I feel. Nah, $8 might say fuck them niggas that you game with, that's just how I feel. Nah, $8 might just make that lane switch, that's just how I feel. Nah, $8 might turn to $1 million and we all rich, that's just how I feel.
Dreams of living life like rappers do. Like rappers do, like rappers. Bump that new E40 after school. Way after school, way after school. You know big ballin' with my homies. Bro Stevens had us thinking rational. That's rational. Back to reality, we pour, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. Another casualty at war, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. 2 bullets in my Uncle Tony head. My Tony head, my Tony. He said one day I'll be on tour, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. That Louis burgers never be the same. Won't be the same, won't be the same. A Louis belt that never ease that pain. Won't ease that pain, won't ease. But I'ma purchase when that day is jerking. That day is jerking. Pull off at churches with Pirelli skirting. Pirelli skirting. Gang signs out the window, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. Hoping all of them offend you, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. They say your hood is a pot of gold. And we go crash it when nobody's home.
Halle Berry or Hallelujah. Pick your poison, tell me what you do. Everybody go respect the shooter, but the one in front of the gun lives forever.
The one in front of the gun forever.
And I've been hustling all day, this away, that away, through canals and alleyways, just to say, money trees is the perfect place for shade, and that's just how I feel. Now, $8 might just fuck your main bitch, that's just how I feel. Nah, $8 might say fuck them niggas that you game with, that's just how I feel. Nah, $8 might just make that lane switch, that's just how I feel. Nah, $8 might turn to $1 million and we all rich, that's just how I feel.
Be the last one out to get this dough. No way, love one of you bucket-headed hoes. No way, hit the streets and we break the code. No way, hit the brakes when they on patrol. No way, be the last one out to get this dough. No way, love one of you bucket-headed hoes. No way, hit the streets and we break the code. No way, hit the brakes when they on patrol. No way.
Imagine rock up in them projects where them niggas pick your pockets. Santa Claus don't miss them stockings. Liquor spilling, pistols popping, baking soda, Yola whipping. Ain't no turkey on Thanksgiving. My homeboy just domed a nigga. I just hope the Lord forgive him. Pots with cocaine residue. Every day I'm hustling. What else is a thug to do when you eat cheese from the government? Gotta put five for my daughter and them. Get the fuck up out my way, bitch. Got that drum and I got them bands just like a parade, bitch. Drop that work up in the bushes. Hope them boys don't see my stash. If they do tell the truth, this the last time you might see my ass. From the gardens where the grass ain't cut, them serpents lurking blood. Bitches selling pussy, niggas selling drugs, but it's all good. Broken promises, still your watch and tell you what time it is. Take your J's and tell you to kick it where a falaka is. In the streets with a heater under my dungarees. Dreams of me getting shaded under a money tree.
Halle Berry or Hallelujah. Pick your poison, tell me what you do. Everybody go respect the shooter, but the one in front of the gun lives forever.
The one in front of the gun forever.
And I've been hustling all day, this away, that away, through canals and alleyways, just to say, money trees is the perfect place for shade, and that's just how I feel.
Kendrick, just bring my car back, man. I called in for another appointment. I figured you weren't gonna be back here on time anyway. Look. Shit. I just want to get out the house, man. This man is on one. He feeling good. And a motherfucker. Shit, I'm trying to get my thing going too. I'm going to Merlin house. Just bring my car back. Shit, he faded. He feeling good. Look, listen to him.
Got a big old fat ass, girl. Girl, I want your body. I want your body. Look at that big old fat ass, girl.
See, he as hell. Shit, he ain't even tripping off them dominoes no more. Just bring the car back.
Did somebody say dominoes?
Я за тобою по пятам, в наши заоблачные дали. Я так любовью занята, земли не чуя под ногами. А мне хватило пары фраз, хватило пары твоих взглядов понять, что этот мир для нас, нам большего не надо. Просто в этой жизни нет смысла без тебя, и моя мелодия уже не моя. И свободы нет, как и нет причин, я не одна. Просто в этой жизни нет смысла без тебя, и моя мелодия уже не моя. И свободы нет, как и нет причин, чтобы быть одной, чтобы быть одним.
Остановить этот миг, и мы всегда будем вместе, как герои из книг. Закрой ладонью глаза, прочитай мои мысли, заглуши голоса. Ложатся ноты в тетрадь, грациозно кружась. Это наши сердца танцуют медленный вальс. И пусть рушится мир, как пустые мечты. У тебя есть я, у меня есть ты.
Просто в этой жизни нет смысла без тебя, и моя мелодия уже не моя. И свободы нет, как и нет причин, я не одна.
Слушай меня, кто сказал нынче нас накроет волной запылавшей свечи. Слушай меня, кто сказал нынче нас накроет волной с тобой, с тобой.
Просто в этой жизни нет смысла без тебя, и моя мелодия уже не моя, и свободы нет, как и нет причин. Я не одна,
я не один.
Просто в этой жизни нет смысла без тебя, и моя мелодия уже не моя, и свободы нет, как и нет причин, чтобы быть одной, чтобы быть одним. Просто в этой жизни нет смысла без тебя, и моя мелодия уже не моя, и свободы нет, как и нет причин, чтобы быть одной, чтобы быть одним.
Tú eres una chiquita muy rica, chiquita muy rica, chiquita muy rica. Tú eres una chiquita muy rica, chiquita muy rica, chiquita muy rica. Tú eres una chiquita muy rica. No tienes lugar donde yo no pienso en ti. Tú eres una chiquita muy rica, chiquita muy rica, chiquita muy rica.
Lately I've been hard to reach. I've been too long on my own. Everybody has a private world where they can be alone. Are you calling me? Are you trying to get through? Are you reaching out for me? I'm reaching out for you.
I'm just so fucking depressed, I just can't seem to get out this slump. If I could just get over this hump, but I need something to pull me out this dump. I took my bruises, took my lumps, fell down and I got right back up. But I need that spark to get psyched back up in order for me to pick the mic back up. I don't know how or why or when I ended up in this position I'm in. I'm starting to feel distant again, so I decided just to pick this pen up and try to make an attempt to vent. But I just can't admit or come to grips with the fact that I may be done with rap. I need a new outlet, and I know some shit's so hard to swallow, but I just can't sit back and wallow in my own sorrow. But I know one fact, I'll be one tough act to follow. One tough act to follow. I'll be one tough act to follow. Here today, gone tomorrow, but you have to walk 1,000 miles in my shoes just to see what it's like to be me. I'll be you, like straight shoes, just to see what it'd be like to feel your pain, you feel mine. Go inside each other's minds just to see what we find. Look at shit through each other's eyes, but don't let them say you ain't beautiful. Oh, they can all get fucked, just stay true to you. So don't let them say you ain't beautiful. Oh, they can all get fucked, just stay true to you. I think I'm starting to lose my sense of humor. Everything's so tense and gloom. I almost feel like I gotta check the temperature of the room just as soon as I walk in. It's like all eyes on me, so I try to avoid any eye contact. Cause if I do that, then it opens the door for conversation like I want that. I'm not looking for extra attention, I just wanna be just like you. Blend in with the rest of the room, maybe just point me to the closest restroom. I don't need no fucking manservant trying to follow me around and wipe my ass. Laugh at every single joke I crack, and half of them ain't even funny like that. Marshall, you're so funny, man. You should be a comedian, goddamn. Unfortunately, I am. I just hide behind the tears of a clown. So why don't you all sit down? Listen to the tale I'm about to tell. Hell, we don't gotta trade our shoes, and you ain't gotta walk no 1,000 miles in my shoes just to see what it's like to be me. I'll be you, like straight shoes, just to see what it'd be like to feel your pain, you feel mine. Go inside each other's minds just to see what we find. Look at shit through each other's eyes, but don't let them say you ain't beautiful. Oh, they can all get fucked, just stay true to you. So don't let them say you ain't beautiful. Oh, they can all get fucked, just stay true to you. Nobody asked for life to deal us with these bullshit hands with doubt. We gotta take these cards ourselves and flip them, don't expect no help. Now I could've either just sat on my ass and pissed and moaned, or take the situation in which I'm placed in and get up and get my own. I was never the type of kid to wait by the door and pack his bags, or sat on the porch and hoped and prayed for a dad to show up who never did. I just wanted to fit in every single place, every school I went. I dreamed of being that cool kid, even if it meant acting stupid. And Edna always told me, keep making that face, it'll get stuck like that. Meanwhile, I'm just standing there holding my tongue, trying to talk like that, till I suck my tongue on that frozen stop sign pole at 8 years old. I learned my lesson in, cause I wasn't trying to impress my friends no more. But I already told you my whole life story, not just based on my description. Cause where you see it from where you're sitting is probably 110% different. I guess we would have to walk a mile in each other's shoes at least. What size you wear? I wear 10s. Let's see if you can fit your feet in my shoes just to see what it's like to be me. I'll be you, like straight shoes, just to see what it'd be like to feel your pain, you feel mine. Go inside each other's minds just to see what we find. Look at shit through each other's eyes, but don't let them say you ain't beautiful. Oh, they can all get fucked, just stay true to you. So don't let them say you ain't beautiful. Oh, they can all get fucked, just stay true to you. So
babies, stay strong. Daddy be home soon. And to the rest of the world, God gave you them shoes to fit you. So put them on and wear 'em. Be yourself, man. Be proud of who you are. Even if it sounds corny, but never let no one tell you you ain't beautiful.